Alright everybody, welcome. Today on Forever Bedrock we are diving into epic community farms for your SMP. This includes an industrial sized bamboo flying machine farm, of which we have never built before, believe it or not. But that didn't stop you, the viewers, from voting for this farm for us to build, and we didn't want to let you down. So stick around and see if we were able to actually make this flying machine bamboo farm. Part of what makes playing on an SMP so awesome is the amount of collaboration and cooperation that's needed for everyone to attain the goals that they wish to reach. And that's one of the reasons on season 2 of Forever Bedrock that we've decided to go this route of taking the spawn area and actually making it nothing but a fully fledged industrial farm area, so that all of us can get and obtain supplies that we need for builds and redstone at will whenever we want. We can just come right here and everything is here for us to get right at our collective fingertips. So let's take a quick look before we get into the flying machine bamboo build too much farther, and let's take a quick look at what the other Forever Bedrockers farms are and what they're up to. Here we see Fred in his natural environment, either knee deep in redstone or way up high in the air, working on the community gold farm. That will certainly be huge for any of us needing powered rails, and potentially another great source for XP for all of us, depending on what type of kill chamber he decides to put in. The next farm on the list that you guys all voted for was an industrial slime farm, and Chrysalis got onto that right away so that we wouldn't be at a loss for sticky pistons for any of the other upcoming large redstone projects that we all have, or possibly for slime blocks in other minigame type uses that we might have. She built a truly massive farm for it and a cool build topside for the collection area. Joe Nathan wound up with creating a community sugarcane farm. He's got a super cool building that surround and house the farm, and with his design we'll surely never run out of paper for making rockets, which pairs up nicely with our latest community farm build that we did with Juggerite, which was a community mob farm. And speaking of Juggerite, let's take a look. He had the wheat farm as his community farm build, and yeah, you see Juggerite hasn't gotten very far on that yet, but we'll wait and see what he comes up with, because the wheat farm is going to be super important for making tons of mud brick, which all of us are going to need soon. And now let's get back to the flying machine bamboo farm that we are building. If you guys would like a tutorial on the flying machine itself, let us know. We'd be more than happy to do that for you. There are plenty of them out there though. This is one that we actually borrowed from, there was a couple different sources that we saw this design from, but this particular one is from one that we saw from Prowl8413. So shout out to Prowl on the flying machine design. So once we got going here, guys, actually the very first step that we needed to do was actually lay out on an SMP. It depends on your world, but we are on Sim 4, simulation distance of 4. So the very first thing that we had to actually figure out was how far can we send a flying machine before it actually is out of sim distance where the redstone won't work. And as you see down below, the stone brick outline is our travel distance. That is the distance that we need to keep our redstone, and this is important for a realm or a SMP, a server, to know this. So you want to make sure that you know your sim distance, and you want to make sure and keep all of your redstone within that so that your flying machine doesn't break when it's in operation. Once it leaves the sim distance, the redstone will stop and that will break your flying machine. So we did that first. And the way we did that was by visualizing the chunks with what you see there on the left is actually Foxy No Tail's markers add-on pack. That will give you chunk layouts. So what we did was we made a 1 chunk wide by 3 chunk long area here for our flying machine to fit within. As you see right there, well, you will see in just a second, that our flying machine actually works pretty flawlessly. Once we had the machine running flawlessly, it was time to put in all of our rail and powered rail. As you see here, this is going to be our collection system, and from there it was time to go ahead and lay in all this massive amount of dirt that we can plant our bamboo on. Hopefully once that grows we can get some sidewalls in and give this a test. And then Fred stopped by to see if he could fly under my flying machine. And he did. Now let's get to getting some of this bamboo planted so it'll start growing and we can get the walls in and actually run a test. I did do a test just before this where only a little bit of the bamboo was in. The flying machine was perfect, went flawlessly, so we were able to use some of that bamboo that had harvested to go ahead and get all of the rest of this in. Now let's get this going. We'll get some sidewalls and test this bad boy out. You know what, guys? I don't even want to wait till we get all the rest of the sidewalls in. Let's hop on down here. We got our collection system running. Let's give this lever a flip here and let's test this bad boy out. Like I say, we've got our mine carts, our hopper mine carts are running for the collection. We're going to go ahead and check down here, make sure that we're getting some bamboo in the carts and in the collection chest. And we definitely are seeing some flow through, even with the carts bouncing back and forth. We'll get a little bit, and we are definitely getting some in the chest. Now let's make sure that our flying machine actually can make it all the way through. And there we go. We also did something pretty cool here. You'll see it in the final. That end block there that prevents the machine from sticking on the glass walls, that we actually are going to use an observer to trigger the collection mine carts to run. So it looks like everything is working perfectly. We're going to go ahead and get our leaves in so that our flying machine doesn't stick. And we'll be right back to show you the finished product, all successfully completed. And here you go, guys. This is a look at the flying machine bamboo farm from the far side. Now let's get a look at it operating. And here we are, guys, flying into the flying machine bamboo farm from the front side. As you see, our super smelter building, our breeder, and our trading hall, and our truly massive bamboo flying machine farm. But as you see here, guys, we've got our minecart rails are actually triggered by the end of the flying machine with that observer right there. We also have a manual override that will allow us to send the carts and return them whenever we feel like it, just in case. If there's any that gets uncollected or whatever, we can send everything manual, and then that'll go ahead and function properly. I'm not sure exactly what we were going for on the build here, but I think, you know, we definitely just wanted to use bamboo, and I think it came out pretty cool overall. Let's give this thing a test drive. And as you can see here, guys, everything appears to be working pretty flawlessly. We got our bamboo machine running, our collection system all dialed in. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Don't forget to check out all the other Forever Bedrockers and the farms that they're working on. You can see actually Fred has made some additional progress on his gold farm build in the background there. So definitely check out all of their videos to see what they're up to on their builds. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It really does help out the channel. And until the next time, we'll see you later, everybody. Take it easy.